we are ready to go as Sims bids farewell to his little crown that he's wearing over his head. He really wants to let the people know that, well, at least he thinks he's the king. Great crowd on hand here for ECPW action. Big time matchup here between these two competitors. JP Sims making his way to the second rope and getting, as I said before, exactly the type of reception you'd expect he would get from these fans. Emily Parker will check both wrestlers here, and then we'll be off and running with, again, it should be a tremendous matchup. And I mentioned earlier, Sims not in a hurry to engage, and just as we hear the bell, he goes outside the ring, and he's got a vendetta against fans with crowns. That's the second one. But look at this. JP Sims, he's being outsmarted. That young man, as soon as Sims took his crown away, he put another one on his head. I don't know if JP noticed. He's not in a good mood anyway, based on how he's going around the ring, barking at all the people in the audience. He's probably going to go back to that youngster and give him another talking to. He should probably worry about Jonathan Cross. That's a really, really strong competitor he's matched up against. Look at this, Emily Parker having to administer the 10 count before we've even had contact between the two men. And I know that she knows these fans want to see a great match, but JP Sims is not going to engage. He could potentially get counted out before we even get started. And he does break the count, perhaps trying to catch Cross by surprise, and he does just that. Little overhead forearms, so patience a virtue, I guess. You might not like it, but an effective tactic there for JP Sims to begin this matchup as he throws Cross in and tells the fans to be quiet. I think he knows, or he has to know, he is not going to be the favorite. It's a road game, as it usually is for JP Sims, based on the crowd reaction at least. Another measured left hand in the corner. Cross kind of struggling here to maintain a vertical base early in the matchup. JP Sims, self-professed king of maritime wrestling, going to work on the arm. Never a bad strategy. He will whip Cross across, but it's reversed, and sneaking out of the ring again is JP Sims. But how about this? Cross this time was ready for it. He saw Sims was going to try to walk around the ring and sneak behind, and this time Cross, he learned from earlier in the matchup. Throws Sims back into the ring. Now it is JP Sims that finds himself on the defensive. Cross whips Sims across. Oh, back body drop, an awkward landing. He's feeling that one. Felt the brunt of it on his back and his legs. As retreating into the corner. There's a big overhead blow. A couple of them there by Jonathan Cross. And a heavy chop into JP Sims, who's in a world of hurt in the corner. Crowd showing their appreciation here for Cross. You can hear them counting. 1, 2, 3. Where's it going to end? 10 big blows. He's going to give a bonus 11th, it looks like. Might have been the most impactful of all. As Cross lining up JP Sims. High above his head. Oh, down to that he goes. Pinfall attempt perhaps. Middle of the ring. 1, 2. Strong cover there by Cross. Had him in the middle of the ring. Hooked the leg, but I guess maybe too early in the matchup to get JP Sims. But what an effort thus far for young Jonathan Cross here against the more experienced opponent. Going back to the center of the ring and snap suplex. Looked like he might try a second, but I think it took a little bit more wind out of him than he thought. But he's back up for number 2. And perhaps a trio of rolling suplexes for Jonathan Cross. There it is. Into a pinning combination. 1 and a 2. Oh boy. He's pushing JP Sims. Had a bit of a harder time kicking out that time, did JP Sims. Cross going into the corner. Pulling Sims in. A couple of kicks to the stomach. Cross now in control, it seems, going up to the second rope. I don't know if you realize Sims starting to make his way back up as well. Oh, and he's pushed into the ropes, as Cross. Pushed down onto the ropes, I should say. He's in a world of pain. He's hung up now in the corner. Cross measuring his opponent, or Sims measuring Cross, I should say, and a drop kick into the stomach. And just like that, the tide has turned in this matchup. Axe handle to the gut. Pinfall attempt at 2 count. Hook the leg. Not enough. He's going to go for it again, though, it looks like. Or he's going to go for a slingshot here, perhaps. Now he's lining up the midsection and then a big kick into the stomach. Feeling every bit of that was Jonathan Cross. As JP Sims seemingly in control of the matchup now. As another kick to the stomach by Sims. I'm not sure what he was saying to the referee, Emily Parker. Didn't seem happy, but there's an elbow into the back. Pinfall attempt again. Center of the ring. And great ring awareness there by Cross to kick out. Sims again. He's got his focus on the task at hand. Very capable opponent he's wrestling here, but for some reason he's jawing to the crowd. Now Cross sent into the ropes. And again, Emily Parker, great job officiating there. Getting right on top of Sims, telling him you got a 5 count. You got a break. Cross in a world of hurt. Sims looks back towards his opponent. The wheels are turning. What does he have in mind here? Off the ropes he goes, and putting all of his weight onto the back. Jonathan Cross. Sims has Cross in the middle of the ring. There's a big-time leg drop. Pinfall attempt here. 1, 2, and JP Sims now getting frustrated that he hasn't been able to finish his very valiant adversary here, Jonathan Cross. As Cross now looks to lift up. Sims rather looks to lift up Cross. Reversal. Down to the mat goes JP Sims. Pinfall attempt. 1 and a 2. Oh, 2.5. Ishinoku driving there almost enough to finish off JP Sims. Cross now rallying this crowd behind him. Cross tries to line up Sims. Oh, nobody home. Pool was empty, and he's feeling the brunt of that. Neck breaker by JP Sims. Now he's going to try to seize the moment. Pinfall attempt. 1, 2. Oh, and just barely. Jonathan Cross just barely kicking out. JP Sims. Front face lock here. Not a bad strategy. You slow the match down and continue to wear your opponent out here. Have him right in the middle of the ring. You can take a lot of energy out of him, man, by just grounding him. Keeping him off of his feet. That's what JP Sims is trying to do here. Now using his weight again, slamming it against the mat. That's just going to be more impact that Cross is feeling. Cross, though, trying to get the crowd behind him. He knows this is a big matchup. He would love to solve the riddle in his career that is JP Sims. As Cross partially making his way, trying to establish that vertical base we were talking about earlier. To his feet he goes. Elbow drop, not enough to break. Second's not enough a break. Third time the charm. Well, not quite. Yeah, that's going to do it, though, for Cross. He manages to break himself free. Duck of a clothesline. An inverted DDT, perhaps. Pinfall attempt. No. I think maybe the move took a little bit too much out of Cross. Now he's going to go for the pin. 1 and a 2. Oh, and great ring awareness there by Sims. And you see the delay in making the cover. The move took a little bit out of Cross, so he didn't quite cover Sims right away. And Sims knew where he was in the ring, so he was able to get the foot on the rope. Jonathan Cross is in a bit of disbelief. He's saying, I had a 3 count, which he did, but Sims did get his foot on the rope prior to the hand hitting the mat the third time. JP Sims outside the ring. Oh, and he slams the neck across against the rope, pardon me. And now JP Sims, perhaps, has taken control of this matchup again. What a back and forth affair this has been between two of the best here at ECPW. Oh, possible high-risk maneuver here. Was looking for a suplex outside the ring. Cross with a counter. Neither man able to establish strength here as they battle along the ropes. On either side is off the middle rope. Oh, Cross. Don't know if he got everything he wanted, but he got enough to take out the legs of Sims. And that's going to be a not-so-pleasant landing on the concrete. Now Sims goes off the... Cross goes off the rope. Suicide dive. And JP Sims is feeling that one. Pretty much went over the top of his head with his stomach, did Jonathan Cross. Throwing all caution to the wind. Those are the risks you need to take sometimes to win these big matches. Cross goes in, breaks the count. You know he wants to win by pinfall here tonight. There's no doubt about that. As looks like Cross is going to try to take Sims back into the ring. Rips him into the barricade, and that is a not so pleasant landing on the back for JP Sims, who's feeling the effects of this matchup, no doubt. Oh, what is he going to do here? Oh, that is not going to make for a pleasant experience for JP Sims. Against the rail he goes. And Cross, I'm not sure what he has in mind here. Bring out the ring steps. So it looks like a potential high-risk maneuver here. As Sims in a compromising position there on the railing. Cross has something in mind. Very curious as to what he's going to do here. Very innovative offense here from Jonathan Cross. Coming of age before our eyes in ECPW. Oh, uses the steps for momentum, but nobody home, and maybe gave Sims a little too much time. And Cross was looking for the maximum impact. That's why he set those steps up, thought that he could get a good leap. But in doing so, he ended up giving JP Sims a little bit more time to recover. And now both men find themselves down. Sims has made his way back into the ring, and I mentioned earlier about how Cross wanted a pinfall victory, but look at this. JP Sims is going to have no shame about taking a count-out win. He's basically begging for it. Emily Parker continues the count. Jonathan Cross in a world of hurt. Is he going to be able to get up to beat this count? Emily Parker, she wants to see this decided in the ring. The count continues, though, and at the last second, getting into the ring is Jonathan Cross at the count of, 9.9, I think. And now JP Sims contesting that count. He's lucky that this match wasn't over before it started, the way he was dawdling outside the ring before we started this contest. Sims trying to reassert control, though, with Cross down. Lining him up in the center of the ring. Was looking for a stunner, but it's reversed. Down to the mat goes JP Sims. Cross has him center. Looks like he is lining JP Sims up. Sims in the middle of the ring. He doesn't know what's coming. Welcome to Crossroads. Oh, a kick to the head. Infall attempt perhaps. 1 and a 2. Almost a 3, but JP Sims able to kick out. What an outstanding matchup we've seen here tonight. Jonathan Cross, JP Sims leaving it all on the line here at the Waterford District Community Center for ECPW on Rogers. Cross perhaps wondering what he has to do to get a pinfall victory over the veteran JP Sims. In front of their inverted DDT. What is Lincoln Steen doing out here? He has no business being at ringside. Cross, he needs to stay focused. Lincoln Steen intervening. A duck. Cross knew what was going on all along. He ducked and Sims ends up hitting Steen. Could this be Crossroads? Yes, it is. Pinfall attempt 2 and a 3 count. Jonathan Cross gets the victory, but Lincoln Steen intervening in the aftermath. I'd love to know what this is about. This is an absolutely uncalled for attack and a real damper on what's a great moment for Jonathan Cross to finally get that big win over JP Sims. Lincoln Steen intervening, and he wasn't successful in affecting the outcome of this match, but certainly making a statement here after the match. As the beating continues, but this is a welcome sight. Cody Dieter coming down to the ring. Crowd chanting DDT. That could be the fate that meets Lincoln Steen later tonight. As Mr. DDT, Cody Dieter coming to the aid of Jonathan Cross, who had his guard up. I don't think he knew that was Cody Dieter in the ring, so he wanted to make sure he was ready to take on all comers, but he had somebody that was in his corner. The potential next ECPW heavyweight champion, in fact, Cody Dieter, who's asking for a referee. He's asking for a microphone. And John Patterson will provide that.
First of all, let me announce the winner of this match,
A very easy answer from these fans here in New Waterford. Not the one Lincoln Steve was looking for.
It sure says Steen rules. Do you think that Steen rules? Mr. Steen, I would like you right now to look at my t-shirt. Because my t-shirt, which is available on the merchandise tonight,
Lots of fans buying those.
it's telling you, hey, you pay attention to me in this t-shirt because it's telling you your fate tonight in the main event for your belt. Here's what's going to happen. After I'm done selling my t-shirts and available on the merchandise, I'm going to come down to this ring and in front of all these kids, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth.
A threat issued from Cody Deaner.
After I'm done punching you in the mouth, I'm gonna roll you into this ring. And then I'm gonna take that stupid curly haircut of yours, and I'm gonna grab that dumb hair of yours, and I'm gonna put your ugly pubic hair beard face on this arm. And then, with all the force in the world, I'm gonna fall backwards, and your head's gonna hit this mat, and I'm gonna knock you out with my DDT.
Cody Deaner calling his shot. And you're going to hear the